संकीर्तन की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह गणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत मधाकांत नमस्तुते भक्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणो नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवके नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
तां धीं तरन तां धीं तरन तां धीनत किट तां धी तरन तां धीनत किट तां.
Krishna danced on Kalia. Two things happened. Above Kalia's hoods, Krishna was dancing very beautifully, jumping from one hood of Kalia to another, and all the devatas were showering flowers. The Gandharvas were all playing instruments. Apsaras were dancing. Gandharvas told the Apsaras, no use of your dancing, there is no one to see your dance. Because everybody is seeing whose dance? Krishna's dance below. So Apsaras also sat down, watched it. Everybody was watching. Gopas, gopis, cows, calves, all the Vajrapasis were watching. So the beauty of Krishna's dance and how his face was, how his Kasturi Tilakam was, how his ornaments were, and how he moved his hands, that is one description which will come now, you will see. Another description is Kalia, how he was being attacked by Krishna's lotus feet. He was feeling as if the whole earth is on his head. So much weight he felt because Krishna has whole universe in his belly, no? So he felt that weight, Kalia. How Kalia was defeated. So above Kalia's head there was festival by demigods and Vajrapasis and Krishna, everybody. And below Krishna's lotus feet there was miserable purification going on for Kalia. All his poison and smoke, everything emanated from his mouth. And Krishna thoroughly purified him. If any of you haven't heard this pastime before, a long story cut short, the Garuda used to go to Nagaland, one place, where he used to eat both the fruits as well as catch some snake, one snake, and take and go. So the snake community became very worried that any time this Garuda will come and catch any of us, our life is in danger. So they all reported to their leader Vasuki. And Vasuki went to Brahma. Brahma made an arrangement. Every month on a Purnima day, you should give Garuda a full mountain of fruits. You should make it available for him. And give him one snake, who is a prescribed one for him in a month. And that he will accept, and he will not suddenly come any day. There will be a very planned, organized system. Everybody agreed. Vasuki made announcement to all the snakes and everybody was peaceful. But one snake said, why should we give our quota to him? Who is that? Kalia. So Kalia went on the full moon day and ate all the fruits which was kept for Garuda. So Garuda came and said, hey, there is a policy made by Brahma, are you not aware? He said, I am aware, but I won't follow. The Kalia. Then Garuda with his wings started slapping him, Kalia with his wings. And Kalia also was trying to bite back Garuda. So then he found Garuda is very mighty because he is Vishnu's bird carrier, very mighty wings, golden wings, which he slapped him. So Kalia had to flee for his life. But he knew that Garuda had one curse by one Saubari Rishi in the Vrindavan, that he won't be able to go to Yamuna. Saubari had told him, if you come here, he'll be punished. So he knew that secret. So Kalia went directly to that place. Where? Yamuna. And then he entered into the Yamuna waters and he poisoned the Yamuna waters, and all the cowherd boys who drank water, they died. They were on the bank of the Yamuna and the whole atmosphere became blackish. The trees were charred down. Even the birds flying in the sky were dropping down due to the intense poison of Kalia's behavior. So in this way, when Krishna saw this, then he went to a Kadamba tree and from there he jumped into the Yamuna river. And then he not only was just slowly going, he was splashing the water forcefully. And Kalia was surprised. Who has come into my territory? He thought it was his territory. He occupied somebody else's territory and is claiming it to be his own. He came out and saw this beautiful blue boy with a peacock feather, having a Sivachachina golden hair in his chest and wearing necklace and ornaments put by Yashoda. Sweet loving face of Krishna when he saw Kalia. Initially even he was attracted, Kalia. But eventually, due to his envious nature, he bit Krishna in his chest. And then Krishna went round and round. You will see that, how Krishna goes round and round. Kalia was also going round and round. He got chakar. And then Krishna jumped over his head. That's a very long pastime cut short, I told you. So, how Krishna subdued Kalia, you will see now.
Taranataam dinatakitatam di taranataam dinatakitatam di taranataam dinatakitatam di taranataam tam dhin taranataam tam dhin taranataam tam dhin taranataam tam dhin taranataam dhrittagita dhrugutagita dhrugutagita dhadhigina tam dhin taranataam dhrittagita dhrugutagita dhrugutagita dhadhigina tam dhin taranataam Yamuna tadaka pankeruha padatam dhin taranataam Yamuna tadaka pankeruha padatam dhin taranataam Yamuna tadaka pankeruha pada sarisa sarisa sarasa dalanayanayata sahasa modita jagadihatam dhin taranataam dhiratakitatam dhin taranataam Tamitadajjam takadajjam tagadikadajjam tam tamitadajjam తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం తామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం తామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం తామితతజ్జం తగత.
They drank the water and they felt unconscious.
తజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం తామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం వరభుజంగ శిరపాదయుగపాణి ధృతమధునినాద వేణురవతామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం తామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం తామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం తామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం వరభుజంగ శిరపాదయుగపాణి ధృతమధునినాద వేణురవతామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తాం గోపాంగనాకులవృతమాధవ మధుసూదన హరి సమ్మదన పద నటన తగతగన నత జన పరివృత సదయ ముద హృదయ తామితతజ్జం తగతజ్జం తగధికతజ్జం తా నిరంతరానంద ముఖ కమల అనంత నటనాంగ పదయుగల నిరంతరానంద ముఖ కమల ఘనందం
యమునా తటాక తుంగ తరంగం హిమకరస్థిమితరమిత శుభాంగం ఇతస్తతశ్చర కరుణాపాంగం యది వర హృదయ సరోరుహ బృంగం
దినత తిల్లాన దినత తిల్లాన దినత తిల్లాన ధృగుతకిట తిల్లాన
తిలక సింధూర అలక శృంగార వదన గంభీర ఉరగఫణ సంచార నంద సుకుమార నవనీత దధి చోర చందమణిహార జలజ భవనుత ధీర
నంద సుకుమార నవనీత దదిచోర స్వచ్ఛంద మణిహార జలజ భవనుత ధీర జయ విజయీ భవనంద కుమార వ్రజ జన పరమానంద కిశోర కాళీయ నటనానంద గంభీర కరుణా రసయుత భావ శరీర
దీం తతాం.
How his tilak was, how his ornaments were, how he is a makan chore, how he dances, his beauty, and now he's jumping now.
తదీం తతాం తత
అద్భుతం అద్భుతం
తాకుజనం తరి తతకుజనం తరితా
దితిశుత కాల విధినుత శీల అతిశయ నీల ధృత పదలో
తాకుజనం తరి తతకుజనం తరితా
దితిశుత కాల విధినుత శీల అతిశయ నీల ధృత పద లోల
తాకుజనం తరి తతకుజనం తరితా జనం తరి తదిమిత కిట జొడు
తధిమిత కిట ధిమితాద ధిమిత కిట ధిమితాద తధిమిత కిట ధిమి కర్రుం
తాకుజనం తరి తతకుజనం తరితా జనం తరి తదిమిత కిట జొడు తాకుజనం తరి తతకుజనం తరితా జనం తరి తదిమిత కిట జొడు
అద్భుత నర్తన చిత్రిత ముద్రిత విద్యుతముద్భవం అద్భుతం అద్భుతం
తాకుజనం తరి తతకుజనం తరితా జనం తరి తదిమిత కిట జొడు
అద్భుత నర్తన చిత్ర కతుంగ తాం
రమదం
కరకంకణ కింకిణినం నననం పద తక తక ధిమి ధిమి జను జనుతం తదాప్త తిల్లాన కనక భూషణ తకిట తగత్ తగాయ ముఖ పరమంతస్మిత నవవర పూజిత పదయుగలా
హరి జయ విజయీ భవనంద కుమార భజ జన పరమానంద
మద మధుకర మధుపధరల సమనయన కమలదల చలనముని హృదయమపి చోర చాతుర దయాకర పురాది భీకర మద మధుకర మధుపధరల సమనయన కమలదల చలనముని హృదయమపి చోర చాతుర దయాకర మురాది భీకర.
So, if you in Bharatanatyam, they do many abhinaya. If you know the pastime, you will appreciate the abhinaya even more. Abhinayas means the movements of the eyes, movements of the fingers, movements of the hands they show. Each of the movements represents some section of the pastime. They are talking about how Krishna danced on the Kalia and how he subdued him, how he tried to envelop Krishna and how he broke out of that Kalia's coils. And even the tune in which they sang, that is how Krishna jumped on one head. Jat Jat Chiror Namate. It is said, whichever head was not subdued, whichever head was coming up to bite Krishna, that head Krishna jumped over. Then another head would come. He would jump over that. You can try to imagine if there are 1,000 hoods like that, and he has to do Bharatanatyam over these hoods. Is it easy? Generally, when girls do Bharatanatyam, they do on a very good stage like this, isn't it? But Krishna had a stage which is a moving stage. Different heads he had to jump on. Therefore, it is said he is the Akila Kala Anartha Guru. He is the guru of all the dancers in the whole creation, when he dances, if all the dancers in the world bow down to him. Because whatever he does best. When he becomes a son, he becomes the best son. When he becomes a friend, he becomes the best friend. When he becomes a master, he becomes the best master. When he becomes a dancer, he becomes the best dancer. So in this way, this is the verse I told you yesterday. Read the translation.
O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kalia has attained this great opportunity of being touched by the dust of your lotus feet. For this end, even Lakshmi performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and observing austere vows.
Yeah. At that time, Krishna's age was only 5.5 years when he danced. This is even before lifting of Govardhan hill at 7 years of age. So they are saying even Lakshmi performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires, and she wanted to attain you. Which why did I show this? Because this also proves Krishna's supremacy, isn't it? Because it's one of the items that Lakshmi is attracted to Krishna, not attracted to Narayana. Therefore, we have mentioned this. And another one, yeah, read it.
Bhishma establishes Krishna as original Vishnu.
See, Bhishma is showing to Pandavas, look at this Krishna in front of me, Pandavas. Don't think of him to be ordinary. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He looks like your maternal cousin. Don't think like that, he says. Repeat this. Yesha vai Bhagavan Sakshat Adyo Narayana Puman Mohayan Mayaya Lokam Gudascharati Vrishnishu.
This Sri Krishna is no other than the inconceivable original personality of Godhead. He is the first Narayana, the supreme enjoyer. But he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vrishni just like one of us, and he is bewildering us with his self-created energy.
Don't think of him to be a cousin. He is the Adyo Narayana Puman. That means the original Narayana. All other Narayanas are Xerox copies. He is the original Narayana, he's saying. They all came later, after, like Mahavishnu, Garudaksha Vishnu, and all of them. Before singularity, who exists? When Mahavishnu creates the universes, correct, no? Before that, Krishna exists. That's why he's saying, Adyo Narayana Puman. He's the Adi. He only expands as Narayana, but he is the original, he says. And this already I told you, Mahavishnu aspiring for Krishna darshan, that day I showed you, correct, no? This is a famous verse. Yan martya leelaupayikam swayoga maya balam darshayata grihitam vismapanam swasya cha saubhagaraddehe param padam bhushana bhushanangam.
The Lord appeared in the mortal world by his internal potency Yogamaya.
Yeah, Swa Yogamaya Balam. See the first line end. Swa Yogamaya Balam. With his own Yogamaya potency, Krishna appears in this world. Which means he is not under anyone's pressure. He voluntarily comes. Yeah.
He came in his eternal form, which is just suitable for his pastimes. These pastimes were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their own opulence, including the Lord himself in his form as the Lord of Vaikuntha.
Lord of Vaikuntha is Mahavishnu. Even for him, this form of Krishna is very pleasing to see. Yeah.
Thus, his Sri Krishna's transcendental body is the ornament of all ornaments.
Yeah, correct. Like, for example, even all of you, devotees, like in the mobile, they have this, they put a photo, personal photo. Which photo you put? Generally, people don't put very formal photo, correct? Na? You put the informal photo or formal photo, generally? Yeah, informal. Because you like your informal dresses which you wear at home or when you go for outing with your parents, family members and everybody, correct? No? Similarly, the Lord Krishna is like, in Vrindavan is a homely form. And that homely form is pleasing even to the official form of the Lord. This already I told you that day. Yeah, read it. Goal of life is to become?
Goal of life is to become Radha is the most
No,
benevolent.
here, detachment.
Goal of life is to become detachment from matter. A. Attachment to Krishna as servant of servant mood. I. In shelter of internal potency Radharani.
This is the easy to remember formula, right? Dasi formula, huh? Become servant maid, which means detached from matter, attachment to Krishna, servant of servant mode. So, whatever we teach, all the philosophy can be summarized like this. Because unless we detach ourselves from matter, we will be chasing after mirage. Huh? An attachment to Krishna, without that, one cannot detach from matter in the true sense. And also, one should give up pride and become servant of servant mode. And in the shelter of Radharani means, there are two potencies, Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti. One is Radharani's potency, Durga potency. Those people who enjoy the material world, they want to be under Durga's potency. Those who want to serve Krishna, they want to be under Radharani's potency. Correct, no? Yeah. So, this was the yesterday's session I completed just now. Today, I will start another. See, this will go very easy for you now because now you all have understood the Lord in the parliament, Lord at home, you understood. So, this will be pretty easy now. Huh? Paratvam, Saulabhatvam. See, there are two words used there. Paratvam means Lord's greatness. Saulabhatvam comes from the word Sulabha. Sulabha means easy. Correct, no? So, Sripad Ramanujacharya gives one very nice example. He says, if there is a tall elephant and you want to climb on the elephant, can you climb? Not possible. But if the elephant sits down and with his trunk picks you up and puts you on the back, like which the elephant does, correct, no? Then you can sit on the top. So he says Paratva means the elephant's height is so great you can't reach it. And Saulabhatva means the elephant is willing to bend himself to take you up. That is Saulabhatva. So Lord has two aspects. In certain cases you hear about his greatness. Other places you hear about his sweetness. Read it. First one.
Arjuna wants to reveal Krishna's reality for others. So he wants Krishna to show universal form.
See, even in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna has already accepted Krishna to be God. You know that? Anybody knows the famous verse? In 10th chapter itself, Krishna praises Krishna as the Supreme. Not only he says, I am calling you as God. Even the Asita, Devala, Vyasa, all are Narada, they are all calling you as God, he's telling. All of you repeat this. Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishayah Sarve Deva Rishir Naradas Tatha Asito Devalo Vyaso Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. He's telling, my dear Krishna, you told me just now that you are God, but not only you are saying, I have heard from rishis like Narada, Vyasa, Asita, Devala, they all claim the same, that you are the Supreme Lord. Like that he says, and therefore, Sarvametat Ritam Manye Yanmam Badasi Keshava Nahi te Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidur Deva Nadanavaha. My dear Krishna, your personality cannot be ascertained even by demigods also. Even they are bewildered. Therefore, I accept your word as final. Like that Arjuna says in 10th chapter. Because by the time Krishna came to 10th chapter, 7 chapter 4 and 5 verses, he proves he is the source of everything, he says. And then 7.7 to 7.13, he says, I am essence of everything. In the chapter 10, he says, I am best of everything. At the end, then Arjuna said, now I accept. You are the ultimate, you are the supreme. So, this is a very amazing scripture, Bhagavad Gita. In other literatures, like Bible, Jesus never said, I am God. Jesus says, I am. Muhammad said, I am prophet of God. But Krishna said, I am. Not only he said that. Did I show you the Vishwarupa Darshan, the video? You saw, correct, no? You showed, what happened? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. So, he showed the Vishwarupa darshan. But that he shows in 11th chapter. Arjuna already called Krishna as God Supreme. Even before seeing the Vishwarupa darshan, he accepted. That's why Prabhupada says here, again read the first point, Arjuna.
Arjuna wants to reveal Krishna's reality for others. So he wants Krishna to show universal form.
Yeah, for other people he is asking. Second point.
Arjuna can already see lovingly the eternal two-handed form of Krishna. He has prema chakshu. Now, Krishna gives him celestial eyes, eyesight of demigods to see universal form. Arjuna needed to downgrade his vision to see universal form.
See, there are three type of vision. One is Charma Chakshu, which we all have. Huh? And then Divya Chakshu is a celestial eye with which you can see the Vishwarupa darshan. And then Prema Chakshu is the eye with which you can see the two-handed form of Krishna to be ultimate. You understand, no? And you need three type of eyes. Right now we have Charma Chakshu. Neither can we see Vishwarup, nor can we appreciate Krishna's two-handed form as ultimate. Huh? With Charma Chakshu, we only find Maya very enjoyable. Huh? Bhagavad Daudo, run here, run there, and just enjoy the world. That is Charma Chakshu. Ordinary eyes made of flesh and blood and water, like that. But Devatas have celestial eyes, which is called Divya Chakshu, with which Arjuna and the Devatas, they could see the universal form of Krishna. He gave that eyes to him. But if you go to the Prema Chakshu, which even Devatas don't have, there you can see Krishna with eyes of love, like Yashoda is seeing, Nanda is seeing, Gopas, Gopis are seeing, like that. So Krishna told him, okay, I'll give you the demigod eyes, celestial eyes to see me in my universal form. Yes, next one, third one.
Those who claim that they are God must show universal form to prove their claim.
Correct, no? Anybody says, I am God, you challenge them. Show me your universal form. Correct, no? Then?
A pure devotee in transcendental loving relationship with Krishna is not attracted to the universal form.
Actually, generally, those people who have an idea that God is a very great person, they are only attracted to universal form. Even I was like that in my 7th, 8th standard. When I saw the universal form, I was fascinated. My Lord, thousands of heads, thousands of hands, thousands of bellies. This really must be God. Because he must be in control of everyone and everything. Like that I thought. So I bought a big picture of Vishwarup Darshan and put it on my wall. So whenever I would enter my room, that will be the most prominent picture on the wall. Bigger size, huge size. Bigger than a drawing sheet also. So we are fascinated, but here it is explained that universal form is temporary, not eternal. God manifests it in this world. That is one of the opulences of Krishna, to manifest universal form. But that he shows to the atheistic people to show them how the whole universe is within me. Shiva is there, Indra is there, Chandra is there, Brahma, everybody is within me. And all the things happening in the universe are shown in one form. So I will not read all these things. Let us take only selected slides. See, Vishwarupa and Kalarupa, Krishna showed both. Read this.
In verses 10 to 19, Arjuna witnesses Krishna's universal form of opulences as described in chapter 10, how Krishna
Pervades entire material manifestation. Krishna said, Ekam Shena Sito Jagat. You see, in 10th chapter, Krishna just made one statement. Ekam Shena Sito Jagat. In my one small portion of energy, I can sustain the whole universe, Arjuna. He said. Now even you can say, I can say also, correct, no? But how he is sustaining the entire universe, that he showed in 11th chapter. Vishwarupa Darshan he showed. Yeah, and Kalarupa?
Starting with verse 20, Arjuna describes his vision of Lord Kalrupa.
The picture you see here, in Kalarupa, fire was emanating from mouths. And the teeth were crushing the soldiers like Jayadratha, Dushasana, Duryodhana, all of them entering into the mouths, flaming mouths of the Vishwarupa. That's called Kalarupa. Which means, I was telling you about the multiple dimensions yesterday, right? The 5th dimension means what? You are able to see that the whole world is like moth entering into fire. All the living beings are aging and entering into the mouth of death and going, their bodies are taken to graveyard and they are burnt. One is able to get that type of vision. That is not very easy. Krishna gave that vision to Arjuna. See how all the soldiers are aging very fast and they are all entering into the flaming mouths of the Vishwarupa. It's like you have a cinema spool. You run it in fast motion, correct, no? How many of you have seen fast moving movie? You've seen that fast? Like that Krishna showed, fast forward. Like that he showed. So Arjuna offered many prayers. Let us recite a few verses. Aneka bahudara bhaktra netram Pashyami tvam sarvato nantarupam Nantam namadyam napunastavadim Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupa. I am seeing Aneka Bahu, many shoulders, Anek Udara, many bellies, Anek Vatra, many faces, Anek Netram, many thousands of eyes. Pashyami Tvam Sarvato Anantarupam. Actually, you're everywhere I turn around, I see only your body only. I don't see anything else. Na Antam, na Madhyam, na Punastavadim. I don't know where this universal form is beginning and where is it ending. It's everywhere it is spreading, he's saying. Pashyami Vishweshwar Vishwarupa. This is how I am seeing the universal form, he's saying. Tvam aksharam paramam veditoyam Tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam Tvam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta Sanatanastvam purusho mato me. In this way, is glorifying your avyaya shashvata dharma gopta, protector of the dharma. Like that he's saying. So,
Arjuna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Well, an exile for 13 years.
Looking around me in this field, I see my relatives have gathered. My grandfather Bhishma, whom I love. My teacher Drona, whom I serve. My brothers and cousins, friends and well-wishers. But they have come for war, which I cannot understand. Why should we fight in battle? This sinful act is not for us. They all stare at me awaiting, but my mouth is drying. I am quivering and sweating. Oh my Lord, my friend, please hear. I cannot. No, I cannot. This war so dreadful. I cannot fight and kill. Degradation ruining our families. Godlessness, destruction. Oh Lord, I am confused. I know not what is my duty. What is to be done? My dear Lord, I surrender unto you. I become your disciple. Kindly instruct me as you see fit.
Oh, my dear Arjuna, why this weakness? Your learned words hold no ground. Now you stand before your relatives, a feeling of compassion, lamentation, but the learned and wise grieve not, whether for the living or the dead. Arjuna, you have misplaced your love, an attachment which is temporary. Death, of which you are scared, is but a reality we all have to see. It is only a change. Boyhood to youth, to old age, then death. But the soul does not die. Only a new beginning, like old garments worn and torn, cast off for fresh clothing. We do not lament for that. So why death, which is the same? You are eternal. These kings too, your grandfather and teacher, all eternal souls who will continue to live.
O my lord, what shall I do? Retire to the forest and leave all behind? Or shall I devote my life to the sages?
Fight. Fight, my friend, 'tis your duty. Fight for the supreme cause, your duty. But change only this, your consciousness. Focus it upon me. Think of me. Become my devotee. Offer your work, your thoughts. Offer everything unto me. Whatever you have or eat, offer that unto me. O Arjuna, become my devotee, for I am the Supreme Lord, and you are my servant eternally. Rise, revive your love for me. Act in devotion, free from karma and all material motivation. What else is your duty but this? Arjuna, I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, am your friend, and you are my devotee. Hear, as I tell you this, the most confidential knowledge. Allow me to reveal who I am. I am the Supreme Person. From me emanates all the three worlds, both spiritual and mundane. Everything rests in me, Arjuna, just as you see pearls hang upon a thread.
O you with lotus-like eyes, O inexhaustible Lord, if you think I am worthy, kindly show your cosmic form.
Behold my mystic opulence! Witness my multicolored forms! All things are here, Arjuna, as you desire. Moving and not, all before you. See now, this wondrous vision. Eternal, all, expanding, many suns. Thousands, millions.
I see Brahma, Shiva, sages and serpents, arms, bellies, mouths and eyes, glowing like blazing fire, glowing forms everywhere. No origin, middle, nor end, both wondrous and terrible. Everyone is disturbed, paying their obeisances like moths to a flame. Warriors, enter your mouths, scorching rays, all is devoured. Oh Lord, please, please be gracious to me.
Time I am, the great destroyer. I will terminate everyone. Other than the Pandavas, all the soldiers on the battlefield will be slain. So fight! Fight, my friend, 'tis your duty!
O limitless one, O God of gods, original Father, Supreme Master, I fall at your feet in awe. Oh, my mind is dazzled, perplexed. Will you kindly show me your original form?
Be fearless, heroic and determined. Austere, simple and pure. Be compassionate, honest and kind. Modest, clean and resourceful. Arjuna, be of a divine nature. One so dear to me as this will certainly return home to my abode. This is a promise to my devotees. Arjuna, all that I have spoken has been for your benefit. Please, think carefully of all that I have said. Now, you do as you wish.
Prepared to do as you have said. I will take my bow and prepare for battle.
The master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality.
And Sri Arjuna and Sri Krishna is also known as Sanjay. Round of applause for Sanjay. And representing all of us, bewildered, confused, unsure, don't know what to do, don't want to do anything. Sri Arjuna. Jai.
They did very well, right? This is in London. Akya hi me ko bhagavan bhavan ugra rupo namostute devavara prasida vijñātum iccāmi bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. See, in the 2.7 verse, you will see Arjuna telling Krishna, he says, Karpanya dosho bharta sabhava prichami tvam. He will use the word tvam. Tvam means you, he says. But now he uses the word bhavan. Can you say why? In Sanskrit, what is the difference between tvam and bhavan? See, in Hindi we say tvam means tum. Bhavan means aap. See why he is using aap? Now he has become afraid of Krishna now. Seeing this big form. Akya hi meko bhavan. Aap kaun ho batao, itna bada ugra रूप दिखा रहे हो आप. दिखा रहे हैं. So he is calling Krishna as Bhavan. That means the intimacy is reduced or increased? Reduced. When he sees the Vishwarupa. So he developed fear, saying, if Arjuna developed fear, what to speak of others? Such a great warrior. Then Krishna said in reply, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षयकृत् प्रवृद्धो लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवृत्तः ऋतेऽपि त्वां न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे एव स्थिताः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः. One man asked Prabhupada, Swamiji always show Krishna as a sweet boy in Vrindavan playing on the flute, surrounded by cows, good looking, very cute boy. This is your God? Huh? Your God is not very powerful, it seems. He's a simple covered boy. Your God always has to be beautiful, he can't be ugly. Yes, Prabhupada said, you want to see the ugly form, that is Vishwarupa you will see. All the faces with the teeth and emanating fire, the Kala Rupa. Prabhupada said, if you become a devotee, you will see Vrindavan Krishna. If you are a non-devotee, you will see Vishwarupa. He said, because Vishwarupa, Kala Rupa, he doesn't wait for you, just swallows everybody. Devours all creatures. Even all of us also, as our age goes, say 25 years you are old, that means the snake of time has swallowed you up to the knee. You are 50 years old, up to the half the body is swallowed already. 75 means up to only neck is outside. And 100 years means that also is swallowed. So Kala Uraga it is said, the Kala Sarpa is swallowing everybody. And who is that Kala? He is saying, myself. Kala Osmi. Asmi means myself. Krishna says, Mrityu Sarva Harashchaham. I come as death and devour all living creatures. But if devotees, if the living creatures become devotees, somebody may say, Arey, you devotees also die, we also die. What is the difference? That's a big difference. For devotees, this body is the last body. This body is the Krishna says, Tyaktva deham naiti punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. He says, they go back to Krishna after that. So, in this way, Arjuna, read that. The devotee.
The devotee willingly chooses to be controlled by Krishna. He becomes Krishna's direct instrument.
And below, non-devotee.
The non-devotee desires independence from God and is indirectly controlled by Krishna through his material energy Maya.
Yeah. So, we have a choice to become willing devotees of Krishna directly or indirectly connect with Maya. You see, somebody may say, oh, you are putting me under Maya and punishing me, otherwise you are asking me to surrender to you. So are you not blackmailing me and forcing me to surrender to you? But if you are under Maya, you will see that people in Rajoguna, they are not miserable, they feel they are happy, correct or not? How many of you have seen that? Correct? Yeah. Like a person who is smoking, drinking, is he crying that I am suffering? He is thinking he is enjoying. But we know he is an illusion. Correct, no? Like if you tell a child, here is a chocolate, here is a 500 rupee note, which one will he choose? Chocolate. And you may tell him, hey, you are getting only one chocolate, here there are 500 chocolates, will he agree? He will say, nothing doing, you give me immediately, I have to eat it now. Because they want only what pleasure? Instant pleasure. So he thinks this is happiness. And due to his very small-mindedness. But great devotees know this is real happiness. So, therefore Krishna says, everybody is happy in his own little world. And he has allowed, okay, you want to be in Tamoguna and be a drunkard, do that. You want to be in Rajoguna and chase after a... For some people, woman is God, you know that? For some people. For them, woman itself is like God. They, for the sake of one girl, they laid down their whole life. There are boys like that. Yeah, there are boys who committed suicide for a girl, you know that? If they couldn't get that girl went away with somebody. Yeah. So you will see for them, for some people money is God. For some people woman is God. And they are so infatuated, they will just chase after that all their life. They are revolving around dollar notes. Some people are revolving around one girl. Some people are revolving around expanding their property, land. Some people are revolving around popularity, becoming very famous. So all these fellows are all under the custody of Maya because they didn't want to surrender to Krishna willingly. But those who willingly surrender to Krishna, see, ask yourself a question. You are all citizens of India. Just because you are a free citizen, are you free to do anything you want? No, even a free citizen has to follow the traffic laws when he is driving his car on the road. You have to keep the car on the left. In America, you keep the car on the right. Correct, no? Follow state laws. Another state law is that you can't murder anybody, you can't kill anybody, you can't loot anybody. Even free citizens have to follow some laws. And not following the laws, naturally they'll be inside, they'll become criminals, they'll be in the jail. So, in this way it goes on, many, many wonderful prayers. I read this.
The most intimate feature of the Absolute Truth is the two-armed form of Sri Krishna. This form is known through devotional service.
Yeah.
Rarity of seeing Krishna's universal form.
See, in that verse, 47 to 49 verse, one shloka, Krishna uses the word Durdarsham. He says universal form is Durdarsham, very rare to see. And then afterwards, Arjuna got frightened. He told Krishna that enough of this. That is one prayer which is not given here. I'll tell you what is that verse. He said, Saketi matva prasabham yaduktam he Krishna he Yadava he Sakheti ajanata mahimanam tavedam maya pramadat pranayena vapi. He's telling, oh Krishna, Sakheti matva, तुमको सखा मानकर मैंने कितना तुम्हारे साथ खेल कूद किया मैंने. How many times I have pulled your hand, pulled your leg in games like kabaddi while playing, you catch the leg. Isn't it? I have called you as Saka, Kana, so many names I have called you. I have dealt with you in a very casual way before. Now I am looking back. Now I came to know that my friend is only God. So now I bow down to you. Don't be angry with me. If with these 1,000 hands you give me a slap, what will happen? I will become chutney. Isn't it? So I am offering you namaskar from northern side, eastern side, western side, southern side. Like that Arjuna said. So, and then Arjuna said, enough of this. Now you show me your Soumya Rupam. Very beautiful form, 200 form. Then Krishna showed him a 400 form and then 200 form he showed. Now, here he says, very amazing thing word comes in this chapter, in the verse. Sudurdarsham, Krishna says this 200 form is Sudurdarsham. And the universal form is Durdarsham. When I read it, I thought there is a mistake in Bhagavad Gita, I thought. Why? Because he said universal form is rare and 200 form is even more rare. Like that he's telling. I thought the opposite was true. I thought 200 form is easily available. But universal form must be very rare. How many people think like that? Correct, no? You think like that. Why Krishna is saying like that? What is so rare about 200 form? Who can say? We can only see the 200 form by prem, with love. Like Karna saw the 200 form, correct? Duryodhana, Dushasana, Karna, Shakuni. Could any of them recognize Krishna? They thought of him to be ordinary. That is why the 200 form is even more rare. Like anybody saying Vishwarup, how many of you feel they will accept he is God? How many, when you see Vishwarup, correct, no? Yeah, anybody. Even modern scientists, many of them agree that there is some great intelligence, there is some great energy beyond this creation which is doing all these things. They don't know what is that. Imagine if Lord comes today and shows Vishwarupa all over the world. Whole world will surrender. Even the scientists will see that. They will understand he doesn't fit in our telescope, microscope, no scope or any scope. Isn't it? Everybody will fall at the feet because he is showing the whole universe in his body. Isn't it? So it's not very difficult for anyone to accept Vishwarupa as God. But what is difficult? To accept a 200 form as the ultimate God is not very easy. This form. This is not very easy for common people to understand. They think he's looking like a simple covered boy. So he showed this form and then he showed this form. Saumya Vapur, he wanted to see. Krishna showed him that. So, yeah. That is why, see, why should we take Krishna consciousness seriously? Now I have shown you the great form of the Lord and the sweet form. Yesterday I showed you Yashoda Krishna, sweet form. So you have seen both greatness and sweetness you have learned. So, you see, the difference between, see now you have understood the term called rasa. Rasa means the relationship produces a certain type of juice. Think of people whom you love very much, like you say your mother or father. That is called as, like a positive sweet rasa. There is a bitter rasa also, like Karela juice. With somebody you have a quarrel, you can't gel with them. That's called bitter rasa. Similarly, with the Vishwarupa, your rasa is one of fear. Bibhatsa ras. Raudra ras, Bibhatsa ras. Like that. You have a fear when you see that form. But with Krishna's beautiful form, the 200 form, our rasa is 5 rasas. Correct, no? Shantaras, Dasaras, Sakiras, Vasaramataras. So, in the material world, what you get is called as mundane rasa. But in spiritual world, what you get is called as Bhakti rasa. So, I am just comparing here. Read that. Mundane rasa.
Mundane rasa, derived with material body and mind. Bhakti rasa, derived by soul seva to Supreme Lord.
Yeah. So, this is the main difference. In the material world, we have all the relations, material relatives, that is mundane rasa. It's compared to the bamboo biting pleasure it is given. Why? Bamboo and sugarcane look similar, but bamboo, if you bite, you will break your tooth and it will bleed. Sugarcane, if you bite, you will get juice. So the soul's relationship with Krishna is the real juice. Otherwise, the material juice is pain producing. Read this.
Mundane rasa, material pleasures achieved through senses, mind, etc. are pale and thin.
Chapala.
Chapala sukha, temporary and fleeting, like chewing gum, attractive in the beginning, but the more one chews, the more pleasure decreases.
Yeah. Your experience of that? The chewing gum? When you release it from the packet, nice smell, nice taste, correct, no? But afterwards, chawa, 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 it becomes taste is gone. So, like somebody gives you a gift on a birthday, very nicely packed in a colorful cover with a golden ribbon. You are very eager to tear open the cover and see what is the gift. Imagine you opened it and then you found a clock like this, quartz clock. You look like this. Okay, it's quartz clock, just throw it in one corner after that. Is the fascination present later on? Let's see what fascination you had before opening the cover. But after opening and you put it in the... So is there a difference or no difference? Big difference. There is a lot of anticipation. So most of the sense gratification that boys are mad after, it is all only anticipation. Yeah, even a woman's body also, before a man touches a woman's body, there is a great fascination. As if, it is a source of all pleasure, source of all bliss. My Guru Maharaj used to say, in one lecture he said, before marriage, sometimes the marriage bureaus, they arrange a boy and girl meeting, they talk few minutes, and then the parents meet, and then they finalize the marriage. 6 months are there for the marriage. But in those 6 months, how many WhatsApp messages they exchange, chat messages, back and forth. Sometimes they exchange so much message, they quarrel and the marriage also breaks. Yeah, so much, because Kamat Krodho Bijayate. Krishna says, too much of lust the boy has, he has expectation from the girl. Girl has expectation from the boy. They expand, chat, finally, separate. They don't marry also sometimes. But let us assume that they marry. He was telling, before marriage, their attraction is like gulab jamun. After marriage, it becomes like Karela juice. Why it's like that? That is mundane rasa. It's like chewing gum. All these habits which are shown here, what are they shown? Cigarette, drug, alcohol, smartphone, shopping, fast food, sweet, internet, all these things. See, Bhakti rasa.
Bhakti rasa. Bhakti bliss is oceanic, beyond earthly, heavenly, and even pleasure of moksha. Amrita, sweet and ever fresh. Bhakti rasa, loving service of the Lord, is called Amrita, that which does not die but exists eternally, ever increasing and ever fresh.
You know where is this? This is IIT Kharagpur. We have a voice, an IIT Kharagpur voice. They are all doing Mahacleaning. How happy they look, See, anybody will believe they are IIT boys, They look like simple servants. So when it comes to serving Krishna, they are like this. And they go to college, then many of them get jobs, big, very high-paying jobs later on.
Mundane rasa, temporary. At death, everything is finished and one has to begin a new chapter of life in a new situation, perhaps higher or lower than the last one. One may be an IITian, but when he dies, he may be born as a child and has to begin with Baba Black Sheep.
Correct, no? See, I have IIT degree now. Next lifetime, when I am born, can I bring my old degree? Purva janam se laya hu. Can I bring? You have to start with Jack and Jill, went up the hill, Baba Black Sheep, something like that. So all of you see, your body was like this, a small baby. Then it became a small boy. Now you are a grown-up boy. You are a youth now. And gradually it happens to everybody's body. So there is a internal reincarnation in this life, and after death there is a external reincarnation. So if somebody is all the time with a dog, look at their face, how it is. Huh? So that means they are preparing for getting a dog's body. Huh? Because our Bharat Maharaj looked at the deer all the time, so he became deer. Somebody is all the time hanging around with the dog, they are preparing to become a dog, you see. So, and another thing is shown here on the right top corner, you see. At the time of birth, you have empty hand, but then you accumulate a lot. At the time of death, you leave everything and come to zero. Then one more birth, it goes like this, correct, no?
Bhakti rasa, permanent. Bhakti does not finish with the end of life. If one has done 60% bhakti in the next 60% bhakti, in the next life, one starts with 61%. Thus, there is no loss in the path of bhakti. Example, Gajendra Bharat, etc. continued their bhakti yoga from previous life and attained perfection and back to Godhead.
Yeah, like we all know. See, Bharat Maharaj became deer. So it looks like a demotion. But I would say spiritually it is a promotion, I would say. Can you say why? You can say. Yeah, he remembered? He remembered what he did in the previous life, okay? What else happened? Give the mic. Yeah? Yeah? Mic, give the mic to them.
He understood his mistake in the previous life, so he corrected it in the next life.
He corrected in the next life, okay? What else? Yeah? Give the mic. Where is the other mic? Where is the other mic? Yeah. Let us go one by one. Switch it on. Below, that is below, I think, in there. Okay. Take the other mic. Where is the other mic?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Prabhuji.
Where is it?
Prabhuji, in his next life, he associated with devotees.
He left the birthplace called Kalanjara Parvat and he went to another place called Pulahashram, Tapovanam, and associated with saintly people. Very good. What else? He ate only dry leaves. Why? Was he not getting greenery? Greenery was available or not? But why he didn't eat it? Austerity. He thought that if I become a plumpy deer, then I'll look for a mate. Then I'll go behind some she deer and I'll forget the goal of life. So he wanted to eat very simple. He just ate dry leaves. Very good. Thank you. And then?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In his previous life, he has no association. So in his next life, Krishna gave him association and that body in which he can make austerity like by eating dry leaves.
Yes. And also he repented also. He tearfully repented that I wasted my human life before. Now I will be very careful. That means spiritually he is down or he is advanced? Advanced. He is very alert and very advanced now. Correct, no? He became very careful.
Prabhuji, in the next birth, his realization grew so much that the scope of mistake was reduced to zero.
Correct.
And then when he became Jad Bharta, he directly went back to Godhead.
Correct. That's very true. In this way, spiritually he progressed. Materially he appears to have gotten a dear body like that.
प्रभु जी,
yeah?
महाभारत में श्री कृष्ण ने अर्जुन से कहा था कि हम बार बार जन्म लेते हैं द्वापर युग में, तुम भी और मैं भी, और मुझे याद रहता है क्योंकि मेरा इटर्नल बॉडी है, और तुम्हें इसलिए याद नहीं रहता क्योंकि मेरा मटेरियल बॉडी है।
करेक्ट।
तो इस
मटेरियल बॉडी में जो आते हैं उनको स्मरण नहीं आता जब तक भगवान स्मरण नहीं देते। अगर भगवान देते हैं तो उनको स्मरण रहता है।
तो फिर इस हिसाब से तो अर्जुन को कभी मोक्ष ही नहीं मिला, उसको बार बार उसका सोल तो मतलब रिजर्व्ड हो गया है द्वापर युग में आने के लिए।
एक्चुअली भगवान जब आते हैं अपने पार्षदों को साथ में लाते हैं, साथ में लेके जाते हैं।
अच्छा।
जैसे आप देखेंगे नर नारायण ऋषि कौन है? कृष्ण अर्जुन है। अभी आते हैं कृष्ण अर्जुन के रूप में, क्योंकि फ्रेंड के साथ उनको लीला करने में मजा है उनको।
ओके।
हाँ, ऐसा नहीं कि तुम भगवताम मिल गया उधर ही टावरों में अकेले जाकर आता हूँ, ऐसा नहीं। लॉर्ड लाइक्स टू ब्रिंग डिवोटीज wherever he goes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have two questions. If one component of soul is intelligence, then the soul should have remembered every past life of us, along with the leelas performed by
Krishna. But that
Krishna.
is covered by Maya Shakti, आवरणात्मिका शक्ति। क्यों भगवान उसको ढकते हैं? Why the Lord is covering it? Imagine if somebody died in an accident in the previous life. If that remembrance is kept, you can't live your life out peacefully now. So Lord suppresses it so that you don't remember the trauma of the past. And you can begin current life like a fresh life. At the same time, the bad activities we did and we suffered, that maturity goes with the mind. Like for example, in this life, some people will never touch a cigarette also. Because they have enough smoked and they got cancer and they suffered enough before. जितना लात मिलना था मिल गया उनको पहले से. Now they will not even touch a cigarette also. As soon as you show a cigarette, they say, it's sinful, I will not touch it. Why? Because their experience of the previous lives is coming now. At maturity. Clear?
But after that, we come into the existence as souls. So we then again remember Krishna. So then why there is a need to read scripture in material life?
Actually, the soul is always having love for Krishna, but it is covered now. Yeah. By reading scriptures, you are removing the covering. That's all. As soon as you ashes are there, like that you blow, then the fire will manifest. Similarly, what we are trying to do is to remove that forgetfulness. Okay. Then the remembrance and love for God will just boom, karke it will easily come. Even we all have experience. Like when I came to Krishna consciousness first, within 3 months only I decided I want to dedicate my life. When I was with Devamrit Prabhu in those days. But he said, no, you have to complete your studies, you have to do job. We don't take people so easily and all. No, they said like that. But so before those 3 months, I wasn't so much into Mayavad books and so many different spiritual books. I was already looking for an ashram where I can dedicate my life as a sadhu, monk. But I wasn't convinced with anybody. But when Krishna consciousness I heard, it's like a spark immediately. So waking up doesn't take much. Even all of you all practicing 1 year now, right? No? In 1 year, many of you have come to 16 rounds chanting. And you have given up all those, impure habits and everything. That means we are waking up or not, isn't it? We are waking up. Clear?
Okay, Prabhu.
And see here, who is this one? Anybody can guess? Huh? This fellow is Indradumna Raja, who failed to welcome Agastya and his disciples properly. Little etiquette problem was there. He was not proper in, he didn't invite him properly. So the sage cursed him that because you are dull, you become a dull creature in the next life. So he became, see here, what he became? Gajendra. And although he occupied the body of an animal, he also remembered the previous life. Whatever shlokas he had memorized, he repeated now. Then he went back to Godhead. He got a Vishnu Duta body. Lord gave him and then took him to Vaikuntha. So we have to make our wise choice which direction to take. Surrender to Lord or go away from the Lord. Read that.
Result. Mundane rasa. Result. Lose everything and start collecting all over again. Example, many great world leaders like Hitler, Alexander, Aurangzeb accumulated power, property and wealth of others by fair or foul means. But they left behind, died and were taken to crematorium with empty hands. What is the use of spending whole life gathering mundane wealth and goods that are going to leave us one day? This is like moving a stone boulder from bottom of mountain to top of mountain and rolling it down from top to bottom. Then again endeavoring to start all over again, moving it from bottom to top of mountain. Isn't it a foolish act?
There is a story in the Greek mythology called Sisyphus. He was given the punishment that he has to roll the boulder stone up the hill and it will come down again and again. All day he has to keep doing it. That was the punishment given to him. So our material life is like this. LKG, UKG, 1st standard, 10th standard, 12th standard, doctorate, post-doctorate from America. And then I am a professor, this, that. At the end of life, comes back. Then Baba, black sheep, you start again. Next life. That's what is written here. Therefore, we are given, Aurangzeb killed his brothers and put his father in prison to get a kingdom. Could he carry it with him? That's the whole point. Mundane rasa is like that. You lose everything and start all over again. Read it. What happened?
Bhakti rasa. Result. Go back to God and enjoy everything, everlasting bliss. Bhaktas who engage in devotional service accumulate Bhakti Sukriti, which is indeletable and undepletable and goes with...
See, Bhakti is indeletable, which means if somebody tries to delete your Bhakti, can they do that? Access denied will count. Because who is having access to your Bhakti? Only Krishna, only Super Soul. Nobody can touch your Bhakti. Punya can get exhausted. Papa will be exhausted, but Bhakti will never be. Yeah.
And goes with us even.
And undepletable also, which means the bhakti can never be reduced. If you already blossomed this much, 30%, that will never deplete. It will only go higher and higher. Yes.
And goes with us even beyond death of one body, eventually leading one back to Godhead. Lord Krishna promises that one who returns to spiritual world will become free from birth, old age, disease, death, and will enjoy unending spiritual bliss in the spiritual world. Example, Shastras give example of Dhruva, Ajamila, Narada, Bhishma, Tukaram, and many others boarding Vaikuntha airplanes and returning to the spiritual world for all time to come.
So I have given 3 pictures here. Who is the top right one? Ajamila going back to Godhead. And the bottom right one? Prithu and Archi. They were pure devotees. They are going back to Godhead. And left side one? And Dhruva saw just ahead of his plane, his mother was going in another plane because of guiding him. So in this way, you will hear many examples.
पांडुरंगा हिला सुखी ठेव तुम्हा सर्वांना माझं शेवटचं एकच सांगणं आहे की सुखी संसारी असावे चित्त परब्रह्मे ठेवावे अखंड नाम हा परब्रह्म गाठण्याचा माझ्या अनुभवाचा एकच अगदी सोपा मार्ग आहे त्यानं ईश्वरावरील श्रद्धा अचल होते चित्त शुद्ध होते स्वैर संचारी मनाला ईश्वरी प्रेमाखेरीज कशानंही वेसण घालता येत नाही मनाच्या या प्रेममय अवस्थेला एकविध भाव म्हणतात अखंड नामोच्चारानं हा एकविध भाव आपल्या अंतःकरणात उत्पन्न करून परमेश्वर प्राप्ती करून घेता येते आणि मग मुखी नाम हाती मोक्ष ऐशी साक्ष बहुतांची अवघे लाभ होती या चिंतने नाम संकीर्तने गोविंदाच्या पहिलाले हरी शंख चक्र शोभे करी शंख चक्र शोभे करी शंख चक्र शोभे करी करुण येतो फडकारे नाभी नाभी म्हणे त्वरे नाभी म्हणे त्वरे नाभी नाभी म्हणे त्वरे मुकुट कुंडलांच्या दीप्ती तेजे लोपला गबस्ती तेजे लोपला गबस्ती मेघ श्याम वर्ण हरी मोती डोळस साजिरी मोती डोळस साजिरी चतुर्भुज वैजयंती गळामाळ हे रुळती गळामाळ हे रुळती गळामाळ हे रुळती पीतांबर झळके कैसा उजळल्या दाही दिशा उजळल्या दाही दिशा उजळल्या दाही दिशा तुका झाला से संतुष्ट घरा आले वैकुंठ पीठ घरा आले वैकुंठ पीठ पांडुरंग हरी जय जय पांडुरंग हरी जय जय पांडुरंग हरी जय जय पांडुरंग हरी जय जय पांडुरंग 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 आम्ही जातो आमच्या गावा आमचा राम राम घ्यावा राम राम घ्यावा आमचा राम राम घ्यावा आम्ही जातो आमच्या गावा आमचा राम राम घ्यावा राम राम घ्यावा आमचा राम राम घ्यावा तुमची आमची हेची भेटी येथून या जन्मती येथून या जन्मती येथून या जन्मती आता असो द्यावी दया तुमच्या लागत से पाया तुमच्या लागत से पाया येतान यथामी कोणी विठ्ठल विठ्ठल बोलावानी विठ्ठल बोलावानी विठ्ठल विठ्ठल बोलावानी रामकृष्ण मुखी बोला तुका जातो वैकुंठाला तुका जातो पांडुरंग हरे पांडुरंग हरे पांडुरंग हरे पांडुरंग हरे पांडुरंग हरे पांडुरंग हरे पांडुरंग हरे.
See, this place is just about 1 hour from Pune, where Tukaram took off back to Godhead. Beautiful place it is. So, this is one thing that people witnessed just few hundred years ago. Within the witness of the people going back to Godhead. Yeah. Finish this one? Yeah.
Bhogatyag. As one enjoys a material thing, it gradually loses its flavor and becomes boring. One then gives it up and searches for a new position of enjoyment. Example, first a man is hankering and dreaming to get married. After marriage, the couple quarrels and goes to court for divorce with bitter fights, wanting to get separated as soon as possible. Bhakti rasa is the natural position of the soul, and thus one can remain satisfied there perpetually without oscillating like a pendulum. Happiness keeps on increasing more and more.
Pendulum. First the man wants bhoga, then he gets frustrated, he goes to Tyaga. Then Tyaga also, he feels boring, again comes to that's material pleasure.
Happiness keeps on increasing more and more, eternally, unlimitedly. Hanuman, Prahlad, all wanted more and more service for Lord and never were tired in devotional service.
This very simple point it is. In Bhakti, you will never get tired. Whereas in material life, you get tired, again you enjoy, again you get tired, and like that you go back and forth. Who is this fellow who is chastising? Nakashipu. Prahlad didn't bother about it. He is teaching to his friends. He is dancing with his friends, doing bhajan kirtan. See that? Okay. So now you all can take a break. 11:45 Maharaj will reach here. We'll give a short time for Maharaj's health issue. The time he will reach here is little unpredictable. It may be half an hour or 45 minutes from now. But we will continue our class. And as soon as Maharaj comes, we'll get an intimation. Then we'll be fortunate to hear from him. Despite his health, Maharaj extends himself very much. And in Calcutta Rathayatra, we have a 9-day Rathayatra in Calcutta, and Maharaj is there every night. Between almost 9 to 11 he is there, answering questions of the youths in one of the booths. So he's very fond of youths. And he is our, in one sense, if you see, he is our host here. Because this place is developed by him. So he is always very happy to welcome the whole world to come to Mayapur. So one last point I was making was how the Vishwarupa, Virat Rupa is not attractive to Arjuna. Arjuna, in that I'll show you the last part of the 11th chapter, last purport. Prabhupada says something very important there. You can read this, no? Where is the mic? Yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
In summary, the universal form of Krishna, which is temporary manifestation, and the form of time, which devours everything, and even the form of Vishnu, four-handed, have all been exhibited by Krishna. Thus, Krishna is the origin of all these manifestations. It is not that the Krishna is a manifestation of the original Vishwarupa or Vishnu. Krishna is the origin of all forms. There are hundreds and thousands of Vishnus, but for a devotee, no form of Krishna is important but the original form, two-handed Shyam Sundara. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that those who are attached to Shyam Sundara, form of Krishna in love and devotion, can see him always within the heart and cannot see anything else.
That is Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochana. That's what he's quoting here. Huh? You see this Brahma Samhita verse. See? Premanjana Charita verse. So basically the essential point Prabhupada is making is, although the 200 form appears very simple to look at, but that is the form which is the original form of Godhead, Swayam Rupa. And from that form, all the Vishwarupa, 400 form, everything comes. So yesterday and today we have been focusing on this. And let us go to the